John chapter 2, Amplified Version. On the third day there was a wedding at Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus was also invited with his disciples to the wedding. And when the wine was all gone, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no more wine." Jesus said to her, "Dear woman, what is that to you and to me? What do we have in common? Leave it to me. My hour to act, has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Whatever he says to you, do it." Now there were 6 water pots of stone standing there, as the Jewish custom of purification, ceremonial washing, demanded, holding 20 to 30 gallons apiece. Jesus said to them, "Fill the water pots with water." So they filled them up to the brim. Then he said to them, "Draw some out now and take it to the manager of the feast, to the one presiding, the superintendent of the banquet." So they took him some. And when the manager tasted the water just now turned into wine, not knowing where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, he called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone else serves his best wine first, and when people have drunk freely, then he serves that which is not so good. But you have kept back the good wine until now." This, the first of his signs, miracles, wonder works, Jesus performed in Cana of Galilee and manifested his glory. By it he displayed his greatness and his power openly. And his disciples believed in him, adhered to, trusted in, and relied on him. After that he went down to Capernaum with his mother and brothers and disciples, and they stayed there only a few days. Now the Passover of the Jews was approaching, so Jesus went up to Jerusalem. There he found in the temple, the enclosure, those who were selling oxen and sheep and doves, and the money changers sitting there, also at their stands. And having made a lash, a whip of cords, he drove them all out of the temple, the enclosure, both the sheep and the oxen, spilling and scattering the brokers' money and upsetting and tossing around their trays, their stands. Then to those who sold the doves he said, "Take these things away, out of here. Make not my Father's house a house of merchandise, a marketplace, a sale shop." And his disciples remembered that it is written in the Holy Scriptures, "Zeal, the fervor of love, for your house will eat me up. I will be consumed with jealousy for the honor of your house." Then the Jews retorted, "What sign can you show us, seeing you do these things? What sign, miracle, token, indication can you give us as evidence that you have authority and are commissioned to act in this way?" Jesus answered them, "Destroy, undo this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up again." Then the Jews replied, "It took 46 years to build this temple, sanctuary, and you will raise it up in 3 days? But he had spoken of the temple, which was his body. And when therefore he had risen from the dead, his disciples remembered that he said this, and so they believed and trusted and relied on the scripture and the word message Jesus had spoken. But when he was in Jerusalem during the Passover feast, many believed in his name, identified themselves with his party, after seeing his signs, wonders, miracles, which he was doing. But Jesus, for his part, did not trust himself to them, because he knew all men. And he did not need anyone to bear witness concerning man, needed no evidence from anyone about men. For he himself knew what was in human nature. He could read men's hearts.